What's up, YouTube? It's your boy, Big Boy John 25. And tonight I'm going to do my AEW Dynamite review and highlights. If you guys new, hit that like button, subscribe to my channel, and let's get started. Now, AEW was a good show. It was like Christmas. Miro is all elite wrestling. I love that part. So great stuff by AEW. AEW gave us great wrestling television content. You know what I'm saying? I like it for what it was. AEW Dynamite was a good show. Alright, the show starts off with Tony Schiavone standing outside of both MJF and Chris Jericho's enter the picture. They exchange major friendly pleasantries and as both talk about the travesty in one another matches. As they exit, the cameras goes to split screen as we see the two walking away from one another, saying themselves, "What a loser." Lucha Bros versus Jurassic Express. This was a great tag team match. Jungle Boy and Ray Phoenix jogged for position, and JB flourished with an impressive arm drag utilizing the ropes. Ray Phoenix does the same. The two reach a pinfall stalemate. Okay. Tag in Penta. Hard drop kick to JB by Ray Phoenix. He and Penta do an assistant wheelbarrow splash. Hard chops to JB. JB escapes a package pile driving to tag in Luchasaurus, and the two take over. JB slaps a bit, and JR notes and Humility being a factor. Penta insults Lucha, but the two trade chops. He across body Lucha, but the Dino makes the tag to JB and goes into a high flying fury. The Bros catches JB on the apron, and Penta shoves him off into a Phoenix super kick. Back in the ring, Penta gives a quad recept kick to JB. Surfboard stretch. Rick Dranston gets a tribute from Excalibur, who knows that the late bodybuilder trained both Luchasaurus and Jungle Boy. Tag to Lucha, who goes on a tear. Ray Phoenix spills the wrap of a slam. Penta comes in but gets some knees in the corner. Lucha catches Ray Phoenix on a springboard and delivers a massive chokeslam. He nearly gets a win, but Penta breaks it up after two. Ray Phoenix springboards headbutt Lucha. He gives JB a gory driver tag to Penta, who hits Lucha with a sling blade and then a backstabber on Jungle Boy. A double team package pile driver gets a very near fall on JB, but to the brothers. Surprise, he kicks out. JB catches Ray Phoenix in a mid double team maneuver to roll him up for the sudden 1-2-3. The winner of the match, Lucha Bros. Penta and Ray argue as Bunch and Blade comes in to play peacemakers. Eddie Kingston grabs the mic. He says, here's for them. He asks Ray about kicking Blade in the face during the Battle Royal. They should be together and united. Eddie demands the brothers to shake hands. Penta shows Ray Phoenix instead. Ray offers it to hug. Eddie notes that he was never eliminated from the Battle Royal. Look up the rules, he says before winking at the camera. Now the faction, it's just not working. But Eddie Kingston is great on the mic. That's all I gotta say. Alright, we see Jake Roberts and Lance Archer in the back alley. It's raining out. Roberts says to enjoy being wet and says Mossy will piss himself when being confronted by the Murder Hawk monster. Archer says he has nothing but despair to look forward to. He will be the AEW World Champion, and there's nothing anybody can do about it. Alright, this was a fantastic promo by Matt Hardy right here. Matt Hardy comes out and gets a big reception. He thanks everybody. He says Saturday he suffered a very scary fall and knows that it frightened a lot of people. He thanks everybody for the outpour of support. He is very happy to stand in front of everybody and tells them that he accepted to make a full recovery. He says he's lucky man and shows Rebu and his newborn baby in the crowd. He apologized to his family and apologized to the fans. He thanks them for their support, and he says the Broken Rules match didn't turn out the way he wanted. He says going to healthy, and when he does, he plans to chase his first AEW champion. He knows private party in the crowd. He says pro wrestling is his love and passion. His journey is not over. He thanks the fans once more before exiting. This was a fantastic promo by Matt Hardy. I'm glad that Matt Hardy is making full recovery, and I'm glad Matt Hardy was okay. So I'm very happy about that. Alright, Jake Evans versus Orange Cassidy. This was very quick. Bell rings and Evans gets on the apron to distract Orange, and Angelico slug him before trying Cassidy up. Arm wrenching, but Orange reverses it. He goes for a pocket, but Orange locks the fingers and stretches Orange Cassidy. Cassidy frees himself and goes for a swinging DDT, and Angelico ties himself in a modified crossface. Orange Cassidy makes it to the ropes. Orange Cassidy gets tossed in the corner, but he constantly sits down and sends Angelico tumbling. Top forearm, then hits Angelico in the ring with a swinging DDT. Orange punch, it's all over. The winner of the match, Orange Cassidy. Alright, Santana and Ortiz beat him with the now familiar baton. Best friends come in for the save. Chuck gets on the mic. He says this has got to end. He challenged to a parking lot brawl. Trent tells them to take the apology and shove it in there. You know what? They are coming to hurt Santana and Ortiz and to make Trent's mama proud. I cannot wait for this street fight brawl. I cannot wait till next week. Alex Marvez knocks on the door of the Young Bucks locker room. After thinking they're not going to answer, they do a super kick. Alex in uses Excalibur knows that you can't do that to a staff member, and that the Bucks are going down a dark road. Out comes Kip Sabian and Penelope Ford. He kicks Tony Schiavone out of the ring before introducing the best man. Out comes Puff and a Twitch subscriber. He comes out elate, and Kip says that's Puff's misunderstood him. He was the best subscriber. Kip kicks him to the curb. Out comes Brian Pillman. Kip also says there's a misunderstanding. He texted Brian, "You're the best man," and said it was just to get him off his back. Pillman leaves. It's Rusev, aka Miro. He and Kip embrace as their stare Twitch coordinator. Miro is amped up and gets the crowd going heavy. Miro Day chants are going down. He says it has a good ring to it. 10 years in the same house under the same glass ceiling with the imaginary brass ring. He says you can't take the brass ring and shove it up your you know what. He says elite recognize the elite. He's not just Kip's best man, but he is the best man. He closed it out by saying, "My name is Miro and I am all elite." This was fantastic. Everybody's talking about this on Twitter. Alright. Adam Page was sitting down with Tony Schiavone early in the day. He says Matt and Nick should have won the gauntlet, and it was stupid of him to do any of it, including briefing FTR. Schiavone notes Kenny anger after the match. Where do they go from there? Hangman says they had a lot of problems and a lot of victories. It is our toughest test, but they get through it. An emotional, somewhat depends Hangman in this segment. Alright, Chris Jericho and Jake Hager versus Joey Janela versus Sonny Kiss. This match was decent from what it was. It says okay, Y2J and Joey starts things off as Joey soon comes firing away at the demo god. Forearm by Janela before tagging in Sonny for a series of double teams. JR knows shades of Eddie Gilbert. Sonny knocks Hager off the apron, but Jericho takes over. He chokes Sonny in the ropes and gives Jericho a hard kick mid-ring. Stereo dropkick by the dual sending inner circle in the inner circle. Later on, Joey takes a chair to the back of Chris Jericho. Chris avoids an attack and drops Joey on the leg of the chair before we head to break. Back from break, Chris is in control of Joey, but tag Armay and Sonny shows that she has Jake's number. Jericho has to break up the pin attempt. Sonny blindside by Hager. Hager puts a trash can on top of Sonny, but as he goes for a Hager bomb, Sonny pushes it up into Hager. Janela gets involved as soon enough. Hager catches Joey and throws him off the stage through the table. Sonny takes it Hager and Jericho hard. He slows Jake down with a slingshot. As he climbs to the turnbuckle, Jericho sprays Sonny with a fire extinguisher and allows Hager to power Sonny down with the urine for the win. The winner of the match, the inner circle. Okay. Jericho gets on the mic and tells Jacksonville that the inner circle had terrible nights at All Out. Chris Jericho reveals that he and Hager are setting their sights on the tag team division and the AEW tag titles. Backstage, MJF fires everyone on his MJF 2020 campaign. He makes a smile Nina cry as Lee offers him one last piece of gum. Warlow calls MJF sir, who flips out on the big man. That causes tension, but MJF reminds Warlow that he's the one who signs his check, not Tony Khan. He then asks him one more if Warlow has a problem. Warlow says no. MJF says good, and they find their place on the top once more. Moxley knows Archer winning the battle well, and he says to himself, "Son of a you know what." He however knows there's no shortcuts. The only way to be champion is being willing to crawl through a mile of crap, and that's why he is the standard of the industry. He feels and knows he is unstoppable. When you look at Archer, you may see a monster, but he sees a man. Are you really going to go against him? Okay. In ring, Tony Blanchard is standing in the ring. He calls FTR the greatest tag team in the world. The heat temperature in the ring was 117 degrees on Saturday, but FTR fought for 30 minutes and they overcame. Cash says AEW has the deepest and the best tag team in the world. They may be undefeated in AEW, but they had to fight their way for glory. They then began to run down teams like SCU, Private Party. Dax says to everyone that they're locker room leaders now. Then they go for after Billy and Austin Gunn. They revealed that next week Jurassic Express have a shot at beating them next week. If they do, maybe they give them a shot. And then comes JX and Dash puts a stop to it and says, "There's here to celebrate tag team wrestling." They threaten a toast with Trio, but toss the Bruce and Lucha's face. They cleared the ring as FTR are on the outside. Marco Stunt dumps the cooler of ice on them. I cannot wait for this match next week. Jurassic Express versus FTR. Sign me up to see that match. Taz is on commentary when Darby Allin's music hits, but out comes Ricky Starks as emo out. He states that Darby Allin decorates his jacket and his skateboard. There's a reason Darby sits by himself backstage, but there's also a reason he's sitting at home nursing his wounds right now. He makes it clear that he's coming for Darby. Okay, fourth match. Tay Conti versus Nyla Rose. This match I didn't really care about. It says Nyla quickly comes hammering away at Tay. Conti hits a question mark kick and tries rolling up Nyla for the 2. She locks the native beast beats in a leg bar, but Nyla frees herself with the iron ground out. Goes Tay and Vicky attacks her as we had to break. Back from the break, Content goes for a sunset flip before Nyla lifts her up and slams her down hard. JR and Excalibur note that the Young Bucks have been fined $5,000 each for their actions against Alex Marvez. Conti has now locked in a fierce armbar, but gets hosted up for a beast bomb and gets the pinfall win. The winner of the match, Nyla Rose. I ain't really care. Vicky gets on the mic, and the two make motion to attack Kofi further, but in comes Hikaru Shida for the save. Alright, Kenny Omega is sitting down with JR earlier in the day. He had these expectations upon him and that he was supposed to be the top single star, but he's pairing with Hangman laid him down in a different path. JR asks him what next for Kenny. Omega says the tag team division is so deep to get where they had to go, no quote unquote, the journey. Omega tells he doesn't like what he sees in Paige, and he thinks it's time to get back to singles competition. Right after that, Excalibur reveals that Lance Archer will be getting his AEW World Title shot on October 14th edition of AEW Dynamite, and run down the card for next week. Alright, main event, AEW TNT Champion Dustin Rhodes versus Brody Lee. This match was good. This match was fantastic. It says Lee turns his back on Dustin, and they naturally immediately go on the attack. It all spills onto the outside into the crowd. Dustin slams Brody head off in the steps, and Brody feels John Silver to Dustin. Action gets back in the ring, and the bell officially rings. Fight briefly goes to the outside once more before Brody and Dustin trade chops back in the ring. Dustin does the loaded elusive 10-punch count, and then some hard shots by Dustin in the corner, but Brody further takes it to Rosen capture chokes Dustin on the second rope. Back from the break, Dustin on the offensive with his painted power slam Canadian Destroyer attempt by Dustin, but Brody Lee shoves him off. Rose hits a hurricanrana on Lee before executing that Canadian two count. Alright, Dustin sets Brody up for a crossroads and he hits it 2 count. Soon as their big powerbomb by Brody Lee. Brody Lee looks nunking. Foots after Dustin kicks out. Brody charges at Dustin in the corner, but Dustin avoids and catches with a senton off the apron. Back in the ring, Dustin hits a Saturn Dream on Brody. Power slam and interference Silver and smacks Lee in the back down with a crisp power driver. Almost gets the win, but Lee grabs the ropes at the last possible second. The two are back on their feet and trade shots as Dustin downs him with a hard lariat. Dustin avoids a bossman slam, but some hard boost before his signature lariat downs Dustin for the 1-2-3. The winner and still your TNT champion, Brody Lee. This match was fantastic. Post-match, the Dark Order comes in, low blow Dustin and take out QT Marshall. After the show, there's a segment with Cody. He likes to say go big or go home. Maybe that's out of the ring. Maybe he should go home, or maybe not. There is something called a go home, big show, as he kicks it over. The host Bernd Kircher, Cody is revealed to be one of the judges. AEW Dynamite was a good show. If you guys enjoy my AEW Dynamite review and highlight, please drop a like on this video, subscribe to my channel, turn on post notifications. My Twitter, my Instagram, my TikTok will be down below in the description. I'll see you guys in the next video. Big Boy John 25, and I'm out of here.